Hey guys. All right, Sunday night, 6:15 p.m. and it's sunny outside. This is really kind of weird. I don't understand this whole spring forward, fall back. I don't know why we just can't keep one time, but yeah, it's light outside. So it's a little weird, but that's okay. It works out. And I'm a little winded because I ran to get here really quick because I was out taking pictures and because I was wanting to get the sunset. So just so you know, I'm going to miss the sunset because I'm going to be with you guys. And yeah, I know you're missing the sunset because you're going to be with me too, but you know, it's a give and take type deal. All right, so Instagram guys, that's you here and gals, and then Facebook over here. So I don't know which camera to look at, so I'll just say that. Oh, let me hit this so I can make sure I see what's going on. I keep on fighting the glasses, just so you guys know. All right, cool. So tonight we're going to talk about, and it's snowing here again, just so you know. Snowing, it's cold. I think it was, with the wind chills, about 10 degrees. So a little chilly, and I was trying to take pictures, and oh, my ears were killing me because I ran out without a cap. So anyway, deep breath. Okay. This evening, we're going to talk about getting that nice shine, you know, like this. How you can get shine out of your vehicle. It doesn't have to be a Defender. It can be anything. And I'm going to tell you the steps to go through. And I was running around the shop here grabbing the stuff, and I hope I got everything. But I have a pile of stuff right here in this chair beside me. And I think I forgot some stuff, but that's okay. Oh, and I got stuff stacked over here on the table too. This is a lot of stuff. I mean, it's crazy. But I'm going to go through it. I'm going to tell you guys what you've got to do to get that really deep shine, how to make that paint look really good, and how to actually be able to just take a hose and spray your vehicle off and the dirt just falls off. I know it sounds like an infomercial. Oh, thanks a lot, Becky. Becky's got to tell us it's sunny in Miami and 87 degrees. Well, that's okay. You're sweating and I'm wearing wool. I got my wool pants on. I've got my wool vest, or actually my, not wool. It's wool on the back. It's a cotton on the, but anyway, it's not important. So anyway, I even have wool boxers on. All right. So anyway, TMI. So we're going to talk about how to get that polish, that shine out of your vehicle, and regardless. So here's something really important for you guys to understand. I'm going to talk about paint correction. Stop it, Mark. Mark's saying, oh, it's sunny and beautiful in Jackson Hole. All right. Well, hey, guess what? It's sunny here too and beautiful. It's just, I was starting to see the grass, even though the grass is brown, and now it's covered up white. Hey, Gregory from Wisconsin. So, Gregory, you probably got some weather like me. So, yeah, we got all these show-offs from Miami and Wyoming and all that stuff. But anyway, so paint correction. I'm gonna cover that for you guys, and I'm gonna cover ceramic coating. I'm gonna cover how to wash your car and all that. But I will tell you this: you can go buy a brand new Mercedes, brand new. You go get a brand new Mercedes, BMW, Toyota. It doesn't make a difference. Hey, Cape Town. All right, there you go. But so again, squirrel, and I will mention that, Tom. Tom's reminding me there. All right, so you can buy a brand new car. I don't care what it is. It can be a Mercedes. It can be an Aston Martin. It can be a Porsche. It can be regardless, a Toyota, Ford, Chevy, and you have to do paint correction. All right, Sarah, stop it. Sarah said wool boxers sound itchy in all the wrong places. I don't know. I kind of like that feeling. But anyway, all right. All right. So you buy a brand new car, you're going to have to do paint correction. That's all there is to it. Very few dealerships have a process to correct the paint. And it's just a fact of life is what it is. And what I mean by paint correction when you buy that brand new car, Subaru, whatever it is, if you look at the paint, if you get a light and you go around it with a light, like a little LED light or whatever, a flashlight, it doesn't make a difference. You will be able to see that the paint is not really glass-like smooth. And this is how you can tell when it's time to do what I'm getting ready to talk about. If you run your hand across the paint and it kind of has a gritty or a rough feeling to it, then these are the steps that you need to follow. And I'm going to run you through that. So again, run your hand across it lightly. And if it's kind of feels, if it doesn't feel like just like perfectly clean glass, then you need to clean that paint. You need to do a correction. I mean, because there's things that will happen. Just your vehicle sitting outside and the rain, you know, when it rains and the rain that leaves all kinds of deposits in that paint, because paint is porous. So it grabs all of the impurities and holds it in the paint. And that's what creates that rough feeling. And if it's rough, it's not going to have that really glass deep like shine. And you can do this to a vehicle, even an older vehicle, and make the paint look really, really good. So I'm going to run you through that process of what you have to do, but I'm going to tell you some of the things. I hope you got your pen and paper out, by the way. So if you don't have a pen and paper, you might want to, oh, well, you can always come back and watch this. It'll be recorded. All right, so here's some of the things that you will need to get to be able to do what I'm going to talk about. And I'm talking about washing your car. This is what you need to do correctly. First off, never, ever, ever drive through an automatic car wash where it has the brushes that touch your car. I don't care if it has anything, you know, soft cloud, soft touch, whatever it is. If anything's touching your paint, it's bad. Just don't do it. It's better to just spray it off and let it be dirty, or drive through a car wash that only does the spraying routine. Nothing should ever touch the paint because it will scratch regardless. All right, so in the painting process, in no particular order, you need to get 2 of these. So what these are, you can get them on Amazon, whatever. But these go in the bottom of your 5-gallon buckets. You need 2 5-gallon buckets. You can get those at Home Depot, Lowe's. It doesn't make a difference, Amazon, whatever. But like painter's buckets, 2 of those and 2 of these. So what this is, I believe it's called a, I don't know. It's like, just look for car wash grit screen. I believe that's something like that. There's different names for it. So what this does is it sits in the bottom of the 5-gallon bucket, and you need 2 buckets again. So this will sit in the bottom, and when you put your, what I'll show you, your wool mitt, when you put your wool mitt in there and you know, shake it around, all the dirt and the debris is going to fall, well, not all of it, but some of it will fall off of the mitt. And this way, when you drop that wool mitt in there, it's not sitting in all that grit and sand, because that's one of the things that's going to scratch your vehicle, is that mitt that you're using. Anytime you touch the paint, you're taking a chance to scratch the paint. So this separates all the grit, the sand, the dirt, drops it in the bottom of the bucket. And every time you go to wash, you want to wash those buckets out completely. So why 2 buckets? The one bucket is your wash bucket, where it has your soapy water in it, and your other bucket is your rinse bucket. So what you would do is you get soap in the one bucket, and you lightly wash the car off, and then you rinse it in the clean water rinse bucket, shake it off really good in there, and let that grit fall to the bottom. But this is not the order. I'm just telling you some things that you need to get. So there you go. 2 of these, 2 5-gallon buckets. The next thing you need to get is a good mitt. Don't get the cheap mitts. Just spend some money on a good mitt. And this is real wool. I know, poor little lamb. But anyway, it's real wool. Wool is a really nice mitt. I stay away from the microfiber mitts. They just don't last that, they just hold a lot of crap. So get a nice wool mitt. You'll spend a little bit for it, but just make sure you wash it out every time. And you can wash it out with dishwashing detergent, but wash it out after every time you use it, and make sure there's no grit in there whatsoever, because that's bad. So you need that. The other thing you need is microfiber get your microfiber towels. So order them. You can, all the stuff you can get on Amazon, but order them. And this is the Chemical Guys. Chemical Guys make some pretty good microfiber towels, and you can even use them in the kitchen too. But here's a word of advice of what you want to do when you use these microfiber towels. They always put these tags on here. Make sure you pull them off, because this is another point to scratch your paint. So get rid of those little tags. Make sure you pull all of them off. And if you ever drop your mitt, you got to make sure when you're washing, you got to make sure you rinse it out. If you ever drop one of these when you're going through the process of cleaning and everything, don't use it. Don't shake it out and think you're going to use it. Just throw it aside. And you can wash these, and you can order this basically like a detergent that's for these microfiber towels. And I would say order that detergent, because what it does is it keeps the loft or the nap, it keeps the microfiber nice and fluffy, and that's why they're so good. I also use these to clean my glasses. But anyway. All right, so the next thing you need a foam cannon. This is important. Get a foam cannon. I've had this one for years. It works great. So what this does is there's different options. You can get a foam cannon that would hook to your garden hose, and you can use that. Or you can get one that hooks to your pressure washer. This one hooks to my pressure washer. I should have brought the pressure washer in, but I forgot that. You need a pressure washer too. And you don't need to get one with the most power. You're just doing something just to get the stuff out of the wheel wells and get the water. But anyway, a foam cannon. So what this does is you take this and you put some of your snow foam wash. You don't have to use Chemical Guys. I use all different types. It really doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. But what this is it creates a foam. You put a little bit in, and then you fill it with water. Let me rephrase that. Fill it with water first, then put some your foam chemical in there, your snow foam. So what this does is it makes the car just full of foam. It looks like it's covered in Cool Whip. And why you're doing this, why you're covering the car, by the way, this is your first step, is you will spray that entire car with this, and that foam will raise the dirt up off of the paint. And that's why you do this. It's the name of the game is get the dirt up, and especially to go through this process. So you need this. All right. So let's start with the process now. Let's just go through. Let me make sure I got everything here. Okay. All right. So now let me run you through the process, guys. Are you ready? So what you want to do, you get your 2 buckets, your clean water bucket and your soapy bucket with your wool mitt. Have those set up. They're set on the side. You want to spray your car down. Spray it down, get it nice and wet. Do not do it in direct sunlight because it just makes it dry, the water stains look horrible. But spray it down, get it wet, and then spray it down with your foam cannon. Just spray it down really good. Just coat it really well where it's like a white car now, completely white. Let that sit for a while. Let that sit for about 3 to 5 minutes with the foam. And then your next step, what you'll do, at least this is what I do, especially if it's really dirty, like coming out of the winter right now, this is the process I go through. So I let it set, and then I will go around the car and I will spray it off. I'll spray that foam off of it, and then what I do is I coat the car with this. I go around with this chemical. It's called Iron X. And again, you can use any of them, any of the iron removers. There's a number of companies. Sonex makes it. Whatever the car guys makes it, or Chemical Guys, I mean. There's a lot of it, but the Iron X. Spray your car with this, and you will see this. It kind of stinks too, by the way. Well, not kind of. It does. It just stinks. It out and out stinks. But it will start to turn red. And what it's doing is it's moving the impurities from the paint is what's happening. And then you would just lightly go around with like your mitt and just barely touch it. Be very gentle. Kind of hold the weight of the mitt, but just kind of rub it around the paint a little bit just to get it in, to get those impurities out. And then let it sit for a few minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes. And then you spray it off with your with your pressure washer again. Be careful with the pressure on the pressure washer. So then you spray that off, and then you go back with your foam cannon again. So now you bring the foam cannon back out, and you spray it again, because the Iron X, it's raised some of those impurities out of the paint. So now you want to raise it even more to be able to get it off. So now that you've raised that up, now it's time to start your wash process. Again, so you got the 2 buckets. You take your mitt, and in that 1 bucket, you've used some kind of a, let's say, something like this. And the wash bucket, you have something like this, your car shampoo. Here's another one, Adams. They're all pretty much, they're good stuff, whatever. But anyway, you see, I need to order some more of it. But anyway, that's in your wash bucket. So now you're going to wash that car down lightly. Again, you want to minimize the contact with your paint, but you're going to wash it down nice and easy, lightly. So that was easy, wasn't it? Right? Guys, that was easy. Tell me that was easy, right? Okay, so we're just getting started. All right, so here we go. You know what? I think I need to, Tom reminded me. If you haven't signed up for Rovers, by the way, Tom, it's not Rovers and Gents, because we got a lot of weird comments about calling it Rovers and Gents in the Woods. So what I am talking about, June 18th through the 20th, I've opened up the registration. It's on the website. And go sign up. Here on the farm in Sharon Springs, New York, June 18th through the 20th, we are going to have some fun. We are going to camp out, or you can stay in a hotel. And by the way, we're not done washing yet. Just don't even think you're going to stop right now, because I'm definitely going to tell you what else you got to do here. We're getting ready to get to the fun part. All right, so June 18th through the 20th, it's the Rovers in the Woods. We are going to do a lot of fun activities. I'm thinking about getting a karaoke machine. What do you guys think? Karaoke? Yeah? I'm not singing, trust me, but if you guys want to sing, we'll get a karaoke machine. But we're going to do winch recovery. We're going to do a trials too. So trials is where we set up bamboo sticks, and you can take your vehicle with street tires. It does not need to be a 4-wheel drive. And you got to kind of go through these little sticks. It's a non-damaging, don't need a 4-wheel drive. It's a fun little thing to really check your driving skills, to see how good you are with maneuverability. There you go, say that quickly. But it's not a high speed. You're barely moving. You're driving really slow, like somebody's walking beside you slow. And then, of course, we're going to load in the different vehicles, Range Rovers, Land Rovers, 4Runners. It doesn't make a difference. And we're going to hit the trails. So we have the superintendent, the road superintendent, that's helping us with some trails that are off the property. But we're going to go drive those trails. I am setting it up where we can have breakfast. Hopefully we can go to the local restaurant and have pancakes, because there's really not much here. So anyway, it's on the website. Go sign up, guys. I'd love for you to come be part of it. We're going to do axe throwing. We'll be doing sporting clays. I have plenty of shotguns. Well, I wouldn't say plenty, but I have enough for you to be able to do some sporting clays. Just bring your own shotgun shells, if you can find any. But anyway, all right, there you go. So sign up. All right, so let's get to the next part of it. Now that we have the vehicle washed and got some of the chemicals or the impurities off, the next part, where is it? Is this clay. So you want to do the clay treatment. You want to order, you can get these on Amazon. It's clay is what it is. It's a clay bar. So order a number of these, and there's different grades that are available. There's a heavy grade, a medium grade, and a light grade. And depending on the impurities that are in your car, you might need to go heavy grade, but you have to be careful. So I would say get light, medium, and heavy, and just start out with the medium. And what you do is you work a small area, like a 2-foot by 2-foot area is what you're going to work. But you will need a clay bar, and you will need a lubricant, and you want to make sure you spray it down really, really well. A lot of times you can use like a detail spray. Speed Shine does okay, but I would rather you use a detail spray, because what it does is it lubricates the paint and lets this clay bar really glide across that paint. I know you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to scratch my paint. You might a little bit, but the next steps you're getting ready to do, it will take care of this. But here's what's really cool. If you've never done clay bar, definitely try it. It's really magical of what it will do, because you'll touch your paint and it will still be rough after you washed it, but lubricate it down and do that 2x2 area. And I mean, that's what you're doing, is you're rubbing this right on the paint that's lubricated up with the, with your, you can also, Meguiar's has a kit where it has a clay bar and it has the spray with it, but work that 2x2 area, just rubbing it. And then take your microfiber and wipe it off lightly, and then touch that paint, and you'll see how it's so much, it's gonna look shinier, it's gonna look deeper, and it's gonna feel smooth just by doing the clay bar. So that's what you wanna do, is you wanna clay bar the entire car, but work in a 2x2 area, cover everything, do everything. And I mean, you can even do the glass with the clay bar, and it will make your windshield and your side windows just really be more transparent. They'll have a better shine to them. You'll be able to see through them, because the rain just works havoc. Rain and snow works havoc on the paint. But anyway, so clay bar the entire vehicle is what you want to do. All right, so now that we have that done, the clay barring, let me put this over here. The next step is you'll need one of these. I know this sounds like a lot of work, but you can take this to some place and have it done too. For a place that does a really good job, it's going to cost you a bit. Heck, you go and get the car washed and they charge you, $79. And just to do a detail on it, it's like $250 to do a detail. And, I've had a lot of different places. People do details on my car, and I've never been really thrilled by it. But expect for a detail, $200, $300. To do the clay bar treatment, you're probably another few $100s. And it's I don't know, I find it relaxing at times. All right, so you'll need this. I know you're going, oh my God, I can't do that. I'll burn my paint. No, just don't go out and buy a cheap one. This one's the Rupees. Rupees is a really good one, and it has a variable speed. I just turn it up to 6 is what I do. But it's not very fast. It's not going to burn your paint. Trust me, it won't burn the paint unless you get crazy and stay in one spot and really push down for a long time. Then you might burn your paint. But you'll need one of these, and then this comes off. And when you're working this, do not set this on the ground, because these little foam pads will pick up grit, sand, gravel, and it will scratch your paint. But you'll need a selection of these. So let me show you what I mean. Oops. So with these, there's different grades is what it is. So if you've never done this to your car, you're probably going to start out with the blue. Again, this is Rupees, but blue is coarse. This is almost feels like a piece of styrofoam. I mean, it's really, it's intense. So you'll start out with this, and you will work a 2x2 area with this, starting with this. And the way you work this is you're on the paint and you're in a 2x2 area, and it's up and then over, down, over, up, over, down. So that's what you're doing, is you're doing this pattern like this. And then now what you do is you work this way is what you're doing. So again, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, and then you're just basically creating a basket weave, and you work that 2x2 area. And what you're going to do is, when you're doing this, you're going to start with this, a cutting compound. And it's a little abrasive, but if you've ever seen like those little spider, like when you look at your paint, especially if you have a dark colored car, like any of my vehicles, whether it's Elizabeth or Bosco or any of them, when you look at the paint, when you come June 18th through the 20th, that is, for the Rovers in the woods, look at the paint in the sun, and you will not see, yeah, let's just put it this way, as long as I haven't driven through the trees, you will not see any of those fine little scratches. The paint will be perfect in the sense, no scratches, as long as you look day one before we go to the woods. If it's day two, you're going to see scratches down the side. Not a big deal. Yeah, it is. Makes me almost cry. But anyway, all right, Cutmax. I like the Sonax stuff. I mean, the other stuff, whatever you want to do. Why do I like Sonax? I don't know, because it's made in Germany. That's a good reason, Paul. All right, but anyway, no, they don't pay me. They don't give me anything, but it's pretty good stuff. I prefer this over anybody else, and it's not that it's that expensive. So start with a Cutmax. And you want to do the entire car and 2x2 area, and you'll notice a change in the paint. Your paint will become kind of it won't be shiny. Don't be scared though. And what I mean, it's going to have like a hazy look to it because you just went over it with a piece of styrofoam and a cutting compound. It's going to have all these fine little scratches in it. And it's going to look cloudy is what's going to happen. But what you will have done is if you've driven through any automatic car washes where you have those scratches, or you've washed your car, let the local cheerleaders wash your car, or you've done it and done it improperly where you have all those scratches and everything, that's what you've just done. You've removed those scratches because you went with the coarse and you went with a Cutmax. So that is your step one of using your Rupees Orbital. So there you go. Now, here's the next step. Let's see, where do we want to go next? All right, next is a medium pad. So this is a medium pad. It's the yellow, but it's wool. I like the wool one. So medium pad, medium cut. So now you're going to go through over the entire car again, 2x2 area, down, up, side, all that. And you're going to use this medium cut, medium pad. And what's going to happen now, what you're going to see with the paint is all just magically this paint, all those fine little swirls of that cloudiness, that pearlescence look of that, or not pearlescence, but that cloudy look will have gone away, and the paint's going to look pretty good, pretty shiny. So now you inspect that car and you make sure that you got rid of all of those fine scratches. If you didn't get rid of all the fine scratches, and do not do this in direct sunlight because it makes it dry too quick, but get you a flashlight or something and check all the scratches. Or what I do is I pull it outside in the sun to inspect it and make sure all the scratches are gone. If you have any scratches, go back to the heavy cut stuff and the heavy cut pad and work that area, but work it in a 2x2 area again to get rid of those scratches. And then go back over it with this again, medium cut pad, medium cut stuff. And it shows you right here, it says like cut number 4 when the other cut is a number 6. So it gives you that. It tells you your gloss is a number 6. The gloss on this is a number 3. 6 meaning more of a gloss. So now that you have that done, no, you're not done yet, but almost. Now you want to go over it with your final finish. So generally black is a final finish, or you can do a different grade of wool. Which one is this? Yeah, that's another coarse cut is what that is. So, but this is your final finish, and you go over it with your perfect finish. So, and there's a lot of different waxes. Matter of fact, let me just hold that thought for a minute. I'll tell you what, I want to show you something. All right, guys, what I'm going to show you here in a minute, I think you're going to go, no way, who would ever do that? That's crazy. It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, I'll show you. Okay. All right, where was I? Final cut. Oh, final cut, perfect finish. That's what you'll do. Okay? And that's with your final cut. Now you have two options. So, two options. Oh, David, stop it. Why are you hearing Jeopardy in your mind? Oh. All right. It's off track. All right. The next one is ceramic coating. People say, oh, I don't know if you should really do it that way, Paul. But anyway, it's ceramic coating. Again, I use Sonax. And there's different types of ceramic coating. Some of the ceramic coating you can pay, to buy the chemical yourself. $300 for a little bottle, $500 for a little bottle. And like a little bottle, $800. Depends on how many years you want out of it. But seriously, a little bottle, not uncommon for it to be $500 to $800 for the little bottle that will basically, but anyway, so it doesn't last that long. So what you do, I like Sonax, and if you go and get your car ceramic coated, it's probably, you're going to pay for ceramic coating $2,500 to $3,500 to have it ceramic coated. But you cannot skip anything I just told you. You can't skip the way I talked about washing it, clay barring it, and doing the polishing. If you have any impurities in the paint, any scratches in the paint, and you jump to the ceramic coat and you try to do the ceramic coat, it's going to look like crap. It's going to magnify those scratches even more. So you have to make sure paint is perfect. And if you bought that car from the dealership brand new, and you think, oh, my paint's perfect. Trust me, it's not perfect. They did not do a paint correction. And how you tell paint correction is no scratches, no little dimples in the paint. The paint needs to look like a perfect piece of glass. And it's rare that it ever looks like that, regardless. Even a brand new Mercedes or an Aston Martin or a Ferrari, it doesn't make a difference. The paint is generally never, ever perfect. So you have to do all this. So it's a lot of work. So the ceramic coating, what it does is what I want you to think about it as is like super glue. It's creating a barrier over the top of your paint, and it's filling in the porous, the porous of the paint, so the paint can't grab all those impurities and hold the dirt. It's a two-step process. So the first one is a base coat, and you use and work a 2x2 area. You have to make sure the car's perfectly clean or you're going to scratch it. You need to be in a dust-free environment. And just a little, a little sponge basically, or a little microcloth sponge is what I use. And I work the 2x2 area. So base coat, you spray it on, you wipe it in, just lightly, be easy on the paint. Anytime you touch the paint, I forgot something I'm going to tell you in a minute. Anyway, so work that 2x2 area, do the entire vehicle, and then let the vehicle sit for 24 hours. After you put this stuff on, though, after you work it in, follow the directions, guys. But you want to get it off. You want to wipe it down with the microfiber cloth. Otherwise, it will leave a haze look, and it's somewhat difficult to get off. If you do that, just spray the base coat on there again and then wipe it down. Wait 24 hours, and then you go back with the gloss coat and do the same thing. Spray it on, 2x2 area, wipe it down is what you do. And now that you have that ceramic coat, what will happen is you can just spray the car off with a garden hose and the dirt just falls off. Bugs that hit it, the bugs, when you're driving down the highway, the bugs basically don't stick. They pretty much fall off. So ceramic coating, it's not a bunch of hype. It really does work. So the one thing I did leave out is when you wash your car, back up, squirrel. When you wash your car, the way that I dry my car is I use a leaf blower. So just a gas-powered leaf blower, I spray it down. but it will be hard to get it dry with the leaf blower if you've not done the clay bar and the ceramic coating, because the paint's just really porous. If you've done this process that I talk about, so when you go to wash your car every once in a while, you spray it with the leaf blower, the water just falls off and the dirt just falls off when you go to, that's your drying routine. You don't need to actually towel dry after you have the ceramic coat. So I hope I wasn't hopping around too much on that. All right, so here's that. Now that we have the ceramic coat, there's one more step that I like to do. And are you guys ready? I want you to Google something for me, okay? And, all right, I want you to Google this one. Pinnacle, Sovereign, or something like that close. Pinnacle, this is wax. So this is a Pinnacle Natural Brilliance. Google this right now and tell me the price of this stuff. So again, it's Pinnacle, Pinnacle, and then it's Souveran. So Google that real quick, because this will blow your mind. So this is like a canuba wax is what it is. And I like to put it on top of the ceramic coat because it makes the paint look even deeper. And it smells really good too. It smells like bubble gum. But anyway, I don't. And we buy it because of that? I don't know. But anyway. All right. Did anybody Google that? Who Googled that? I'm looking. All right. Looking. Instagram, did you Google that? Facebook, did you guys Google that? Anybody Google that? All right. Pinnacle. Look at that. And that. All right. All right. So if you Googled it, did you see the price of this stuff? Who saw the price? And what it will do is it will bring up other canuba waxes. All right. Are you guys really delayed? Am I behind? Is there a delay, or you just don't want to Google it? All right. My point is $100. Yep. So David Googled it, $100 for a wax. And this is the cheap stuff, by the way. Yeah. There's the different companies that have the waxes, and Lava, Luminous Glow Infusion is another one. But anyway, search for this one, Lava, Luminous Glow Infusion, and see what the price is on that. And why I'm showing you this is there is different waxes, and you can get the really inexpensive stuff at the AutoZone or whatever, and then you can get the really nice stuff. This stuff, when you use it, it actually stays on the car for a really long time. So you have to ask yourself, what is your time worth? I mean, yes, doing this can be enjoyable, but this is not a thing that I have time to do every single weekend. So I'd say the canuba wax, get the good stuff. And that stuff, when you put it on, it will last for months, and it just keeps the paint beautiful. So anyway, so there you go. One other thing I forgot to tell you, when you're doing the Rupees Orbital, when you're doing the polisher, make sure you have some of this, your polishing pad cleaner, and every little bit spray it on your polishing pad. And the way to put it on your pad, let me show you this. I think this is important. So just so you guys know, and I want to make sure I have the right one. This is the way you apply it. It's drop, 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 drop. So this is the case that more is not better. This is it. This is how you apply it. And then you run it for a little bit, your 2x2 area, and then afterwards you spray, and then you pop it to make sure there's no grit in there, get it kind of clean, and then drop, 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 and then go back to your area. But then use your microfiber cloth and clean it up as you go. Okay. All right, so Becky asked, what about the Black Fenders? Black Fenders, a lot of times you'll see that they'll get little scratches in them and stuff, but just do the same process. The Black Fenders are actually painted. At least on my Defenders they are. There's Defenders that have those rubber arches. The rubber arches just don't do really well. They kind of look, they look dingy in no time. There's another product that's made by Sonax that's really good for those rubber, for your rubber trim, like on the front bumper here, on those end caps, any of the rubber pieces, not the tires. But it's a, what is it called? It's a, oh man, I lost it and I use it quite a bit. It's basically like a ceramic coat, but it only lasts for about 3 months. And it does really well. But when you do the ceramic coating, just do everything, like the rubber, that hard rubber on the, if you have those rubber arches, do the ceramic coating on it and it will make it look a lot better. And then same thing if the front rubber pieces, and it's regardless, even your door handles, you know, like where your door handles look a little faded out in no time. If you do the Sonax, it works really well. I've tried the back to black before. And it seems like it just comes off when you actually, you know, when it rains and stuff. But if you use the ceramic coating, polymer, that's what it is. Sonax, S-O-N-A-X, polymer is the other stuff I was talking about. P-O-L-Y-M-E-R. Works really well on the door handles and the rubber pieces on the bumpers. So there you go. All right, guys, so there's that. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Any questions? Anything I can help you with? Anything that, anything? I know I didn't talk about the tires or the wheels. I use the brushes on the wheels to clean those up. I just use soapy water. I generally don't use any of the chemicals. If I do have the brake dust on there, I use the Sonax brake cleaner product. It works really well, but boy, the fumes from it's horrible. So I'll use that. SPF proof. Tom's asking about that. So if you have a vehicle that's faded and you want to bring that paint, just do this process that I talked about. Go through, use the clay bar, do the 3 levels of the polish all the way up, and that will bring the paint, and then hit it with the ceramic coat after you've done, but it will really bring the paint up. There's some different products too. The one is, I don't know, I'll do another video, but there's another one that's and this Sonax stuff isn't very expensive at all, but it's really good. I mean, I don't know how much it is. It's, I don't know, 20 bucks, something like that, $30, something like that. So anyway, do that and it will help. And by doing this too, if your vehicle is faded and then you've done that, it will bring the paint up and then it will protect it from the sun. All right, so what else do we got? If you want to buy, okay, please, if I want to buy a Defender in South Africa, can I have any advice or recommendations from you? Are you in South Africa and wanting to buy one, or are you wanting to buy one out of South Africa? By the way, guys, I have a friend, and he has 2 of them. He has 2 D110s that are from South Africa. They are right-hand drive, but they are very limited, very rare, because they have the original BMW power plant, meaning they have the BMW engine in them. So I would say if you want something that's really rare, just read about it. Read about Defender D110 South Africa BMW motor and read about it. The motor's a beast, but he has 2 of them in there for sale. So if it's something you're interested in, if you want to complete a collection, because these are super rare, they didn't make any of them, just reach out to me, send me a message, and I'll connect you with them. Just know these are not bargain Defenders because they have I think they only made about 1,600 of them ever. And I think the price on them is $125,000 a piece. So anyway, all right. Matt, how are you, buddy? Any recommendations for protecting the soft top on my D90? Yes. There's a couple. Let me see. Do I have any here? Yes, I do. Hold on. It's funny you would ask that. I was actually doing a truck. I like this stuff, and It's like I like to call this a bloke in a shed. Yeah, a bloke, a guy in a shed makes this stuff. It's called leather teak. I know it's for leather, but I've used this on the tops and it does really well. But it's leather teak, LeatherIque. And Sarah, this answers the question too about leather care. But anyway, this is the Pristine Clean, and it's got a weird smell to it. Oh man, it's not bad. It's just weird. It's different. But this is your cleaning solvent, and this is what I would use. And then they have the leather teak that's a moisturizing, and it actually smells like leather. It's pretty nice. But I would order a couple bottles of these. You might be able to find them on Amazon. If not, just go to the website. Leather Teak is the website, and order some. But this is really good for the, it works really well for the top. But the top really doesn't need much maintenance. It's some pretty heavy canvas. And I know it's canvas and I'm talking about leather cleaner, but it's just got the right pH balance. And it's good for the leather too. You do that, but just know it, depending the color of your leather, it can make the leather go just a little bit darker because you're moisturizing it, but it's a two-step process. So this is concentrated. You mix it with warm water. You put that in there. I think it's like a 1:12 ratio, and you just scrub that leather with. I use microfiber towel, scrub it down a little bit, kind of buff it out with the cleaner. And then I go back with the leather teak stuff. That's the moisturizer. And then finally what I do is I go one step farther is I use the Conley. They used to call it Hide Food, Hide food. But then now I think they call it Hide Care. But you can order that on Amazon and it's really good stuff. So that's for your leather interior. Carpet-wise, to get your carpet cleaner, just some regular carpet cleaner, nothing special. And that's great for your carpet, cleaning up. I have one of those little Bissell tools that I'll use to clean my carpet. And I'm going to shoot some pictures of Elizabeth. Oh, yeah, Becky, good one. With the soft top, your clear plastic windows. Oh, boy, yeah. You have to be careful with those. Otherwise, you will scratch them up. And they scratch. They look bad when they scratch. So that foam cannon, you definitely want one because that's going to raise the stuff off of that soft top, the clear windows, and then spray it down. But don't use any chemicals on the clear windows, on the soft top, and use a damp microfiber cloth. Barely touch it, barely rub it. Try to keep the dog's nose off of it. Otherwise, when you're trying to clean it off, it can be a little hard. So when you're cleaning the inside of those windows, I just use some warm water is all I do, and a microfiber cloth. So that's what I do. But thank you, Becky. All right. What else? I can't think of anything. I hope I gave you guys enough projects for this spring. So there you go. All right, Rovers and Gents, June 18th through the 20th. I hope you guys can join us. We're going to have fun. And I'm really thinking about the karaoke machine. I'm thinking about a band too, but we'll see. All right, so anything else? Any other thoughts, questions, anything I left off? I know I didn't do my gear guide, but it's already 7:04 and it's still light outside. So cool. And Christy's in there cleaning the house. And, ooh, that's not good. It's not good for me. All right. What is the max tickets for the June event is the question. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking, I don't know. I don't want to limit it like I did last year. I don't know. I got it set at 100 right now. So, and I think we have 40 people signed up already, and I just turned it on. So anyway, I'll probably, we'll hit 100 and then I'll take it to 125 and then I'll take it to 150. So anyway, I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you. With that, if you got any questions, send me a message and we'll go from there. Yeah, I'll talk about tire size next time. That's probably a good thing. I'll talk about tires next time. And I'm thinking about changing this though to a Wednesday night real quick. Would a Wednesday night work better for you guys, or is Sunday night a good time? It's just Sunday night, I'm trying to, Anyway, let me know. All right, guys. I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you. Say goodbye to Instagram. All right, guys. Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.